These are some of the best e-commerce sites I've ever seen in my life. Now, some of these are built with Webflow and some of them are not, but that's okay because again, you can cover all of these in Webflow as well. So this is the second episode of this mini series where I cover some of the best inspiration for portfolios, e-commerce, CMS, wireframes, templates, all of that. So if you haven't checked out the very first one of these series, go ahead and check it out right here. So first one here for e-commerce is boltcafe.com. Now, one of the cool things about this website is two things. Number one is the big bolt text in front of you, and number two is this simple animation using X and Y axis interactions, which you can also easily do. But as you scroll down, you see that there's not too much different here in terms of layout, in terms of animations, in terms of branding as well, and also interactions. But again, using all these things in conjunction with each other, create a website that is worth the attention and it's worth actually scrolling and getting reviewed in videos like this one. So if I want to go ahead and scroll over one of the products, like maybe this one right here, and I scroll down to maybe one of the shirts or something, we also see that they have a customized product page. Now, this is something that elevates your product and your brand as well, because if you can mix and match the entire experience of your design and the entire experience of your branding to be the exact same, whether it's in the product, the checkout, the info, the contact, the whatever it is, if you can mix all of them to be the same branding, the same feel, well then it's much more likely to convert and to impress your final users. Next up is flourishplant.com. Now this website is one that not many people might like, but I personally really enjoyed it and I enjoyed the experience of actually searching through it. So that's why we're showcasing it today. First things first here, when you go on it for the very first time, you have this massive Flourish logo that spans the entire width of the canvas, which I find pretty cool because not a lot of people do that. And as you scroll down, we see that there's a product showcase of their main product. So they're showcasing exactly what they're doing. They're being very purposeful and honest and very confident in the way that they're showcasing the product. They say, okay, this is what we do, this is how we do it, here it is right in front of you, you can't miss it, right? A lot of times e-commerce companies will try to do too many things at the same time, try to showcase too many products, but in examples like this one, this is where they do it right? They explain one thing, they show exactly what they do, all-purpose plant food kit, and you can't really miss it, right? As you scroll down, we have a very chaotic kind of system here. We've got almost like a weird GIF going on, but it adds a vibe when you go on the website, right? It adds to the experience. Next up, we've got aesopwines.com, and this is going to be a recurring theme in the next few designs. We have simple layouts, simple patterns here, but the way that they do it and the way that they elevate the entire site to be a better experience for the user and just a cooler site overall is the use of imagery, the use of text, the use of copy as well. And we're going to showcase that in this website right here. So an example of that is when we scroll down here, we have a feature section, or almost like this is what we do and this is an image of what we do, right? And you can see exactly here what I'm talking about. We have a font here that seems to be, if I go ahead and pick my font, it's called New Spirit Condensed. Awesome. Well, this font right here takes the site to a different dimension, and also the use of these curves here almost adds a different vibe to the entire site. It makes it feel very trendy, very cool. Now, what I don't think fits very well with the entire site are these icons here. I feel like this is very Shopify of them and it doesn't really fit in my opinion, but who am I to tell them? So overall, I think this website is almost honestly one of the coolest ones I've seen, and I hope that they keep doing exactly what they're doing. Next one here is Diabla outdoor.com. So this is again going to be the same exact story. Similar layouts, but using color, using typography, using imagery is going to take that website to be one of the best I've seen. So as we scroll down, or even before we scroll down, we have the hero section. And the hero section is two things. Number one, it's very red, right? The text here is extremely red. And number two, we have this massive image that spans the entire container, the entire hero section. Another thing about this image is that you can really see that they went out of the way to think about the composition, the art direction, the background, the seed, everything is really thought of to encompass the entire brand. So as you scroll down, we have a few different sections here. So number one is 4 Seasons with Us. So this explains a little bit about what they do. It explains their magazine, some of the people that they're showcasing, some of the people that they want to talk about, their products, all of that. And then that's pretty much it, right? As you scroll down here, we have a logo section that explains some of the logos that they want to feature, and then just the footer. So one of the basic things here is two things: the imagery and the use of white and red. Those two combinations make for a very powerful site. Next up is almost the complete opposite of what we just showcased. It has a massive text spanning the entire width of the hero. So instead of an image, we have text here, and we have this animation and a mouse interaction. Okay, so let's break it down here. First things first is the text here. This is actually just a text block here in the background, and these images here just interact with your mouse, right? So as you scroll to the left, well, then the images do one thing, as you scroll to the right, they go ahead and do another. Next up here, we have this animation of cheese that sprays a smiley face on a loop. So that little animation there is going to add to the vibe, to the experience, to the steez of the entire site. And honestly, it does its thing, right? It does what it's supposed to do. So when we scroll down here, we have imagery that takes up the entire span. There's no text. It only showcases exactly what this product is. And if you didn't understand it here with the cheese, well, then you're gonna get it here, right? It's cheesy, immature Nooch, or I might not be saying that one right, but we can see exactly what this product is supposed to be. There's no mistake about what they do. There's no mistake about the brand that they're trying to be and elevate themselves to. And I think that they do it pretty well. Now, one of the downsides to having a site like this is that you could almost argue that it's going to be out of date in a few years, in a few months, but that's one of the risks of having a site like this, right? You want to be incredible to the first few users that see it, but then maybe later on the entire appeal dies down once people have seen it too much, but that's not for me to decide. Next up, and the last one here, is heartsoldairy.com. So this one here sells, you guessed it, dairy. So one of the things that I always talk about that people need to get right in their website is showcasing exactly what they do right. You can't be showcasing 10 different things and do them all badly. You need to be able to showcase 1, 2, okay, maybe in this case 3 things, but showcase them in an important manner that people are actually going to understand what you're talking about and what you're doing. So without even explaining to you guys what these people do, it's very easy to see that they do something related to milk. They do something related to ice cream. Maybe that's vegan milk, probably not, but the world's best chocolate milk, the classic 2 whole milk, whatever it is, right? We can see that these people do exactly this. They sell milk, they sell cheese products, they sell dairy things, and that's okay. You know, that's what they do. That's just what it is. As we scroll down here, we've got some cheese here. We've got cheese slices or blocks. And when we want to, we can go ahead and click into products and see more about what they do, right? So we've been introduced to the dairy products. And now if you want to, then we see that they've got a strawberry flavor. We see that they've got all these different smaller ones. We see that they've got ice cream, cheese, all these different things. But to begin with, we have an incredible big image of milk. And I think that's pretty cool. If you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure that you like and subscribe and check out the next few videos of this mini series. I'm trying to make a few videos where I showcase my favorite websites just like this one. So thank you guys so much for sticking around, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the very next one.